is Miss Margaret, Midlife Priceless, another adventure in Tallahassee. And today I'm going to the Harambee Festival, and it's sponsored by FAMU, one of my rival schools, I might add. And I'm using my stick. So you know how the last time I used it, I got tired of holding this joker, but I think I just had it out too far. So this time I brought it in a little closer so it doesn't feel as heavy. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to turn the camera around so that or flip my screen so that you can see everything. It's a lovely drive, a lovely walk rather. So we're going to Festival Park, and I'm walking, kind of past the Capitol, really over Monroe Street, and I'll talk you through it as we go. So here we go. All right, so we're on our way, and it's lovely here. The plants are not sure, or rather the flowers aren't sure if they want to bloom or not, because the weather keeps changing. So we go from nice and warm and balmy to damn near freezing, and here we have a historical marker, a Florida Heritage Site marker. It says Chandler's Tourist Camp, 1925 to 1929. Construction began on the Dixie Highway system that linked Florida with the Midwest via highways running from Michigan through Tallahassee along Old St. Augustine Road toward Miami. Wow. In the 1920s, roadside accommodations and inexpensive lodging were very limited. Some early auto tourists, later called tin can tourists, modified their automobiles to provide sleeping quarters. Now, isn't that interesting? Kitchen equipment and barrels of water as they traveled to what were then remote locations. Gilbert S. Chandler Sr., an asparagus farmer from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and a pioneer of the tourist camp industry in Florida, leased 7 acres of city land south of the Capitol, which is where we're standing, on Adams Street to begin an auto camp in 1925. Chandler's camp consisted of a store, a laundry, community center, bathhouse, and 3 tiny tourist cabins with electricity and homemade furniture. As auto tourism continued to grow, Chandler's tourist camp moved to Lake Ella in 1929 to take advantage of tourist traffic on the old Spanish Trail that linked Florida to California. The vacated city property became the Ben Bridges ball field before the state buildings were built there in the 1960s. Wow. So there's the Capitol right there. Actually, it's the top, that is the top of the buildings of the Capitol. You can't see all of it because of the parking deck, but that's it. So visit Tallahassee.com. TLH, Tallahassee. I heart Tally. Hashtag I heart Tally. Interesting. I've never done this walk. I pass under this bridge constantly when I'm driving on Monroe Street. And I keep saying I'm going to come over here and do this thing, and I'm going to come out here and do my filming. I never actually get to it. But today I'm getting to it. Temperature, date, and time. It says, let's see what we got here. Yesterday is the 22nd. It's not giving us the temperature. It is warming up really nicely. 25,000 cyclists, 44 cyclists and 25,000 pedestrians today. Well, all right now. So you see the traffic passing underneath? If you can see that. And we are about to walk through what I call the bridge with the sails. That's what it reminds me of, boats, sails. How beautiful. And I'm glad they have a sign here. It says all activities are monitored by video camera. I'm glad, because people will mess up your stuff out here messing around. Isn't it beautiful? And here comes some ladies from FAM. Like I said, you can see the Capitol. So when you go up the hill, that's the Capitol building on the left. And some of the Capitol grounds, the campus on the right. I've always wanted to come up here. And that's a church right here in the middle of the screen. Is that not the most unusual building? Reminds me of Germany a little bit, but it's part of a church, Center Point Church.